Did you fall in love with Gypsy Jazz guitar but find it hard to really feel comfortable with the right hand technique that Django used? Are you transitioning to Gypsy Jazz from another style and find it frustrating to really master the rest strokes and the downstrokes and make them a natural part of your playing? If you follow the plan and the outline that I disclose in this video, I guarantee that it will take you at least half the time to master the right hand technique for Gypsy Jazz guitar and really be able to start implementing it in your playing comfortably. Make sure to watch until the end so you can really understand and implement the sequence that I will outline in this video in order to get the best results in the shortest amount of time possible and make the best out of this routine. I'm Dario Napoli, author of Gypsy Jazz Guitar Mastery, founder of the Under the Tuscan Sun Gypsy Jazz Guitar Camp, founder of the Full Immersion Weekend with Benji Winterstein, and a 20-year professional touring and recording artist. So before we get into the specifics of the routine, let's quickly review the basics of Django's technique. The foundation of the technique, or one of the most characteristic aspects, is the downstroke coupled with the rest stroke. Downstroke is pretty self-explanatory. In other words, I'm going to be picking downwards on the strings, or at least primarily picking downwards whenever possible. Rest stroke is simply allowing the pick to rest on the string below once I will have picked the string above. So for a quick example, if I'm going to pick a note on the E string, the motion of my picking will end on the A string. Likewise, if I'm going to pick an A string note, then my picking motion will end on the D string. And so on and so forth. If I pick on the D string, then I'll have the G string end my picking motion. Now what happens with this technique is that there's an accentuated snap that happens on the note that I'm playing. And this generally results in a specific color to the sound that has a bit more of a staccato sound and a more present, vibrant sound, which is a typical aspect of the Gypsy Jazz sound or color of sound. Now let's get to the routine. And here is the core of it. For the first 10 minutes of practice every day when you practice, I want you to do the following. You are only allowed to play downstrokes and rest strokes for the first 10 minutes of your session. Downstrokes and rest strokes only. And this is the sequence that I want you to follow. So, we're going to take a standard. Let's just take an average standard that most of us already know and that is known both to the Gypsy Jazz world and the jazz world. And it's the classic All of Me. So what we're going to start with is the melody, of course. And what I want you to do is play the melody in 2 different octaves. So here are the examples.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now that we've played the lower register of melody, we're going to go ahead and play the higher register melody. Here it goes. Now the second part of the routine involves the arpeggios. So you're going to take the arpeggios of each of the chords of the tune and play them on 2 octaves in the following manner. First part of this is going to be starting from the low root to the high root. Okay, now that we've done low root to high root, we're going to invert it and play high root to the lower root. Again, 2 octaves following the harmony of the tune in the following way. Okay, now that we've done the arpeggios in both directions, now it's time to improvise. Okay, so all of this little routine should take you no longer than 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, if you attack dozens of standards in this manner, so what did we do? Melody in 2 octaves, arpeggios of the chords, and then improvisation, only exclusively using down and rest strokes, I guarantee that you will start feeling a lot more comfortable with this technique in a much shorter amount of time. Remember that downstrokes and rest strokes are the core of Django's playing and of Gypsy Jazz playing. Implementing or introducing upstrokes will be second nature once the down and the rest strokes are consolidated. Now, in due time, you can also challenge yourself to play more challenging melodies. Here's an example of Ornithology, which is a bit more sophisticated melody, but I'll show you that you can still implement downstrokes on this type of melody just as well. When you consistently do this workout or routine on several standards, you'll start to notice that your tone will improve, that you will have generally more volume in your playing and more presence. And certain passages that you thought were impossible, just playing downstrokes, will start to sound good and comfortable to you. Remember, always remain loose in your wrist. As Fapi used to always tell me, your arm is like a whip and the tip of your whip is your wrist. So stay loose and allow for that wrist to land on the strings rather than generating the motion with your arm and forearm. And limit your motion or your picking motion to the string below. In other words, by landing on the string below, that's where your picking motion ends, while staying loose. And that will give you the best sound and the most efficient technique. So remember, 10 minutes. Just start every day with this routine. Melody in 2 octaves, arpeggios in both directions, low root to high root and then high root to low root, and then a little bit of improvisation, which will allow you to really play melodically and concentrate on the quality of your phrases. In no more than 10-15 minutes, if you do this every day on several standards, you will see how your Gypsy Jazz right hand technique will explode from here. I truly hope this video was helpful for you. I truly hope you will implement this routine, and I can't wait to hear from you if you see or when you see results, because I can guarantee you will. If you stick to this routine, you will see results in your Gypsy Jazz technique. But don't hesitate to connect in the comments below. Don't forget to check in the description for some useful resources, my book Gypsy Jazz Mastery, my free transcriptions, as well as my Tuesday Zooms. All the best in your Gypsy Jazz journey. I will see you in the next video.